Today, we're going to read a book called I Love You Sleepyhead. The author is Freedman, and the illustrator is Simon Mendez. What does the author do?
Writes a book.
Okay. What does an illustrator do?
Draws or puts pictures in a book.
Very good. Based on the title, I Love You Sleepyhead, what do you think the book could be about?
Moms and their kids.
Moms and their kids. Okay, let's read it and find out. Look, little child, as the night is unfurled. The animals are going to bed all around the world. Close to her mother and safe by her side, sweet little fawn is so sleepy-eyed. Nestled in grass as the soft breezes blow, bathed by the warmth of the sun's evening glow. This page talked about a fawn. What's a fawn?
Baby deer.
A baby deer. So this page, at least, is about a baby deer. Do you think that might make a difference? Do you still think it might be about moms and their kids?
Animal moms and their kids, anyway.
Animal moms and their kids. Maybe that's a good guess. Let's keep reading. Lion cubs romp as the sun slips away. In the soft golden light, there's still time to play. Soon they'll be yawning, 3 tired sleepyheads, watched by their mother all night in their beds. So lion cubs romping. Where might we see lion cubs romping?
In the grass.
Ooh, in the grass. What kind of grass do you think, or where would that grass be?
Probably in Africa.
In Africa. That's good, because I don't think I'd want to see them in Indiana. But we could go to Africa and see them. Waddling to mommy, the tired ducklings quack. Sleepy from swimming, they're glad to be back. Safely they're tucked in their nest for the night, feathery bundles huddled up tight. So I was thinking about this page. I don't know that I've ever seen ducks after they've hatched in their nest. So I was wondering, what kind of nest do you think ducks use? Or where do you think they put their nest?
At least a few feet from the water at first, probably with dried twigs, grasses, maybe mud.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, do you think they use the same nest where they hatch their eggs? Do they come back to that nest, or do you think they make a new nest?
They might use the same nest for a couple of weeks until the ducklings are dry, and then maybe they just live out in the water.
Okay. I think that would be a good thing. We could look that up and see what kind of nest they actually use. Daylight is fading fast, softly dusk falls. Bedtime, my little ones, Mother Fox calls. Mom, we're not sleepy, the small foxes cry, as low in the sky the sun says goodbye. So these little foxes are not sleepy, they said. Wrapped up in love, little bear feels so snug, cuddled goodnight in a big mommy hug. Drifting to sleep, he sinks into her fur, warm in the soft snow, snuggled with her. So how do you think polar bears stay warm in the snow and the ice?
Thick fur and burrows like dens.
Okay, I think they have very thick fur. Do they have a layer of fat, do you think, like whales do, that help keep them warm, or do you just think it's the fur and the dens?
They might have a little layer of fat.
Okay. Do you know anything about polar bear fur?
My guess is it's shaggy.
It's shaggy? Okay, I've never actually felt one, so I don't know what it feels like. But I do know that when they swim in the water, their fur doesn't absorb the water the same way other animals do, because they can swim through and kind of glide through, and then they get out and they can kind of shake it off, but they aren't bogged down by all that water. So I wonder if their fur is different. High up the trees catch the last rays of sun as 3 tired monkeys climb up to their mom. The sounds of the jungle, the rustling of leaves, lull them to sleep in the cool evening breeze. Snug with their mommy, the rabbits are all tumbled together in one furry ball. Cozy and warm, they will sleep safe and sound, curled in their bed on the soft, mossy ground. In the picture, they're all very huddled up tight, and Mama's kind of right by him, protecting him. Rocked by the waves beneath velvet blue skies, wrapped in her mommy's arms, small otter lies. Under the stars and the dappled moonlight, one kiss, smiles Mommy, and then it's sleep tight. So in this picture, the otter is laying on her back, the mommy otter, and her baby is resting on her tummy, and they're floating along in what looks to be some water, like that with the baby. So do you think otters sleep in the water, or do they go on land to sleep?
I think they might sleep in water.
Kind of makes it sound like that, right? Rocked by the waves beneath velvet blue skies, wrapped in her mommy's arms, small otter lies. So it makes you wonder, do they sleep like that in the water all night long? That would be interesting. Snowflakes are swirling all fluffy and white, sparkling like stars in the gleaming moonlight. Cuddled up close, little penguin stays warm through the cold, frosty night till the first light of dawn. So this little penguin is sitting at his mommy's feet, and the mommy is kind of looking down on him, and he's kind of looking up at his mommy. And I remember from a movie that I saw once that the little penguins kind of rest on their parents' feet. And then sometimes when they're really little, the mommy can kind of put her, I don't even know, put her coat or her layers over them to keep them warm underneath. Do you know anything about penguins?
I know it's the dad who raises the egg for a while.
Yeah, the dad keeps the egg for a while. And then after they hatch, do they work together, or do you think the mom does?
I think the mom comes back and then the dad goes out to sea.
Okay. And then penguins in general kind of help keep each other warm as a flock, right? So do you suppose that's the same with babies? Like the mommy is doing most of the keeping warm and protecting, but then as the flock stays together, don't they kind of rotate? They form a circle, and there's some in the middle, and then they rotate their way out. Do you suppose the babies get to stay in the middle?
Maybe.
That would be nice if they stay really warm. As mother owl hoots her sweet low lullaby, her baby owls blink at the star-studded sky. Through the dark treetops her echoing call sings to the world, good night to you all. What does echoing call mean?
You can hear it all the way back from treetop to treetop.
Yeah, maybe that means that as she's talking from treetop to treetop, her voice can be heard by other animals out there. Because they're up in the tall trees, so they can call out a long way. Baby whale drifts to the deep ocean song, close to his mother all the night long. Down through the water, the soft moonlight streams, as little whale floats in a sea of sweet dreams. So this page made me have a question. What do you think whales dream of?
Fish.
Oh, a fish? The fish that they're going to eat? Maybe. And then it also had another thing in here, the deep ocean's song. What is that? What is the deep ocean's song?
Maybe the waves, other whales calling to each other.
Could be. When you are underwater, you're supposed to be able to hear so many other calls from other marine life. It could be whales, it could be dolphins, it could be a lot of things. And their sound is supposed to travel so far underneath the water. So I bet that's what it's talking about, the deep ocean song, all the different calls coming through the ocean water. Small panda sleeps as the stars peekaboo, held by his mother all the night through. Cuddled up close, she gives him a kiss. Tucked in together, they're perfect like this. Sleep, my child, sleep beneath the moon's silver light. I love you, sleepyhead. Sweet dreams. Good night. That's the end of the book. So that was I Love You Sleepyhead by Freedman. Now, we have been reading this book for a long time. Do you remember when you were little and we used to read this book?
Yeah.
Yeah, we read it as a bedtime story. Do you remember the part of the book that you took away from this when your brother was going to be born?
The baby whale.
The baby whale, that's right. When your brother was going to be born, you must have really liked that page. Let me get back to that page, because you thought we should name your brother Baby Whale. So you must have thought that that was a good thing, because the baby whale was drifting to the deep ocean song, and you thought we should name your brother Baby Whale. So he had that nickname Baby Whale because of this book. And then after he was born, he got to join in reading this book with us at bedtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now he actually still has this book on his bookshelf. And he keeps it on his bookshelf because he likes to look at it, because he remembers times when we read it together. And there are so many pages that are taped, just from years of looking at it, and we want to kind of keep it so that any future children can keep looking at it. But it does have your name in the book because it was given to you when you were born. So your name is brailled in the book, but it still sits on his shelf, and we'll keep it until we can't keep it anymore, and then we'll probably still keep it. So this has always been a favorite of mine, and it's a favorite of mine because it was a favorite of you guys. So I really love this book. Did you like this book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it bring back any good memories from your childhood, your younger years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of maybe some quieter times when we were reading before bed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it too. All right. That was our book for today. Thank you for joining in with me.
You're welcome.